What is going on, guys? Welcome to the Sunday Drive, and today we have my first guest, Pawinn, and I'm the guest because we're in his Honda today, and I feel like the clutch doesn't work because this thing is freaking light.
You were just driving the E36,
yeah.
so you'll see that video real quick, but everything is going to feel like jelly in comparison to the E36.
No, straight up. I have that same problem at work too. I'll like get in the car, I'm like, is this thing freaking working? Because M3 clutches and E36 clutches, I've noticed, are just heavy.
Yes. I mean, I like the heaviness. This one, honestly, it's a little bit too soft. Like, it's too soft to the point where when I drive the E36, like, it's a workout.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I got used to that at one point, and now this thing has just literally made my calves like butter.
It's because I'm used to the E36 when getting into anything smaller is like...
Yeah, we're used to that Bavarian strength, right. You know.
I don't go to the gym anymore. That's my workout, not my car.
My workout is working on cars.
I feel like I'm gonna break your clutch.
Yeah,
it's like trying to drive it.
Yeah, it's really. It took some time to get used to. Everything is like a little bit more sensitive and like just a lot.
Am I going right?
Yeah, you can go right. You can go wherever.
Really like how that shifter feels.
Right?
I'm gonna be honest. I really like that. It's like super notchy.
And if you think that that's good, when the next shifter comes out, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be awesome.
Don't make it go faster. There we go.
The cool thing about this car, or what's disappointing, is the rev hang at the moment, but I don't want to get it tuned because I don't want to break my warranty just yet.
This car feels a lot bigger than it looks. And I've noticed that with a lot of new cars. Yeah.
Just like I feel like the chassis designs have greatly been improved because the old school cars, you know, they make them big and geometrically complicated just to kind of bulk it up. No, you can go either way. It doesn't matter. It's up to you.
This area is...
We're not pressed for rain or whatever anymore.
And we're front-wheel drive.
The second gear would be nice.
I noticed that rev hang.
Yeah. Yeah, rev hang city, dude.
Yeah,
it's crazy, I know.
How long does it sit there for? I thought it was gonna like only for like a second.
Yeah, I don't know.
Felt like a lot longer than it.
I think it's an efficiency thing that's tuned in to do that, like kind of to keep the momentum going and to kind of, I guess, maybe they assume that they're trying to cater it towards the average person driving. Like maybe they're not that good at driving stick because this car is exclusively stick shift. So
this thing's the level of refinement in this is nice.
Yeah, and it's just like. That's why, like, I really love Acuity because they've done basically so much R&D in order to kind of like fine-tune it for enthusiasts.
Yeah.
Because if you had driven the shifter beforehand, the throw was a little bit longer, and it felt, I mentioned this before, but it felt like a little bit too easy to shift. Like I could shift with one finger.
Yeah,
it felt like a game controller.
This is firm and crisp.
Yeah, and essentially, I liked the steering in sport mode. It would be a little bit heavier. And the suspension would be a little bit stiffer. When it was in sport mode, the steering was great, but then the shifter didn't feel like as tough as a steering wheel. Yep. I don't want to say it's tough, but it just didn't feel like they were complementing each other.
Does this have hill start assist?
Yes.
I noticed that.
Yes. You can turn it off too really easily.
So I got to be quick with that and take my foot off the brake and just stay there. I was like...
Yep. It stays for about 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So it gives you time to just like, I don't know, think, I guess. But the BMW is still pretty good because I spaced out the clutch pedal.
Turkey.
Dude.
We don't have those around.
Dude, while I was doing a delivery once and there was 3 turkeys in front of the house and I couldn't get to the door and I was trying to nudge them with the bag of food I had and they wouldn't budge. And then they just took a crap in front of the guy's house and the guy opens the door and he looks at the crap on the ground. I was like, nah, it's not me, dude. It was the turkeys. And he looks to his left and he was like, God damn it.
That's so funny.
They come in every day. It was this house actually.
It feels so solid. Right?
And see, the steering is like really nice.
Yeah. And is this electric steering?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I've heard a lot of people talk bad about it, but it's nice.
I think, from my first impressions, it feels like the best kind of gaming controller on the market, like in terms of like a steering wheel.
Yeah.
Like with the like really nice feedback. It still doesn't feel like the BMW hydraulic, like, you know, steering that's like very, very direct to the road.
Yeah.
But it's enough where like the feedback's nice, you know.
It feels refined.
Yeah.
It's not like super analog like the 3 Series are. And then again, I can't really say how well they are to like full performance because I've never had a car with electric steering and just fully ripped on it, you know?
Yeah, and you know, like, it's funny because there's some people that commented when I started debuting this car, they're like, why did you go to a Honda from a BMW? Like, you were a god and now you're just absolute shit. And I'm just like, dude, have you driven this car?
It's a daily.
Dude, it's a daily. And like, drive it. Like, just drive it, give it a chance, and then see your first impressions. Because I'm coming from a BMW, and I like driving this car. So this car is pretty good, in my opinion. It does what it needs to do. It's updated with technology that I like am now accustomed to, but like it's like updated tech that I've never really dealt with the E36. But it's what I need.
Yeah.
It's gonna be,
Hondas can be nice. It's just like the D series in the 90s have like no horsepower now. Their reputation is bagged.
Yeah. Have you ever seen it's Osaki Media or something? Osaki something. But basically, he holds the record for this car on the drag strip. And he's got prototype turbos, and he's got a nice fresh tune and small subtle mods. It's an 11-second car. Same platform sedan.
Is it the full factory motor?
This is, what's that?
Is it the factory core motor?
Yeah, he kept the factory core motor. I think it's just the turbo that's swapped out.
That's sick.
But like an 11-second car, like with a family sedan.
And I'm sure this does well out here, like in the rain and snow and stuff.
It's shit in the snow.
Really?
I'll admit, it's terrible in the snow. Yeah. I definitely should have gotten snow tires. It was okay. I mean, I got through with it.
I'm sure it's a lot less hairy than the E36 is.
Yes, well, the E36 was tail happy. This one, the problem with it is it's so torquey when you get off the line in the winter that the wheels just spin.
Yeah.
They just spin.
Now, is that because it's the all seasons or not having snow tires?
I think it's the all seasons. Yeah, if I had snow tires, it might have been a little bit better. But yeah, the brakes are really nice too, but I think that's because the car is really light. Like, it just wants to stop on a dime really well.
No, it feels good. I've driven some Japanese cars, like the mid-2000s Infinities. You touch the brake like 10%, it gives you 80% of the braking power.
That's a little bit.
I hate that.
Yeah, that's not.
You touch it, you're like.
Yeah. This one, when I first
ugly.
bought the car, it did that, but now it's kind of like settled out a little bit. It's nice.
I like actually.
Nice. That's a blue SI. Nice. Sorry. I'm a Honda fan now. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I just drove by. I didn't even notice it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's a pedestrian car. Like, it's very subtle. I was tailgated by a cop one day, and then he pulls the guy in front of me. I'm like, whatever.
This car is kind of weird for me to review. I won't lie. Because it's new, I don't really drive like an assload of new cars.
Yeah, so it's interesting because you probably
it's a totally different
vibe and a different setup.
It's a completely different platform than I'm used to. A completely different.
Yeah, go for it. See what I mean by the wheel spin? It's like torque heavy. There you go.
Sorry, that feels bad. Oh, that's nice.
Right, but it falls short up top.
A little bit. Yeah. A little bit.
Yes.
It's got a really.
And
that's
it's
nice.
so much fun on the highway, dude.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I slow down right here. There's some cops up here sometimes. I don't know. But
a little wheel hop there that didn't sound too good.
Dude, it's a fun car. It's got a lot of character. But I mean, like you just said, let's go left here. This is a good start for you, I guess, because now you're kind of like bone stock, fresh car that I guess is a nice introduction to the new generation of car enthusiasts. Because from what I've been hearing, this platform has been one of the best-selling vehicles in the USA, at least. Yeah. So it's interesting because now you have an opinion on it, you know?
Yeah, this thing is nice. Nothing looks like fake, you know, like.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of impressed that they did the real carbon fiber, you know, in the Type R even. However, the Type R is a little bit of a disappointment because the front doors have these really nice inserts and leather, but then the rear doors, they just went back to the felt and the
if they had made that all-wheel drive, they could have capitalized on something so much more.
Yes. I think it would have definitely put it on another level in comparison to the Ford Focus or something like that.
Yeah, I think the Focus RS and the Type R would have taken where the Lancer and the Subi WRX STI.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
With basic tunes and stuff like that, like, this car is mean. It's deceivingly quick. It's not fast by any means as fast as well, actually, I think this car, up from a line, you can't turn. No, you can't turn.
No, I can't.
No turn on red. Yeah, right there. The sign right there.
Big ass sign.
Big ass sign. Yeah. This car, I feel like, off the line, like I said, my E36 drives stock up until 3,500 RPM. This car would freaking take off.
Yeah.
In comparison to my E36, but my E36 would just catch right up. Actually, that's something I want to do. I want to do a comparison video between the two cars, so I need a buddy to drive one of the cars, and I want to get a nice pull. I also got a pull with Eli at some point.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how that's going to turn out when you get a new clutch.
Yeah. Well, I plan to decimate it.
Yeah. You're significantly lighter than he is, I think.
Yeah, well, the convertible is a little bit heavier, but at the same time, I'm not a heavy guy.
The S4 is a much bigger car, and it's got the all-wheel drive trait.
Yes, right? Yes. But dude, that car feels like a rocket now.
His S4 is nice.
Yeah.
His S4 is nice. I just wish it was manual. That's all I'm saying.
He almost got, no. I think for him, the DSG was definitely a good decision. Left right here. It was definitely a good decision for him because at the same time, he's probably going to get stuck in traffic just like I am. I'll be honest, driving a standard in traffic can get old pretty darn quick. especially when you're just pumping like both all the time because people in front of you keep stop.
That's funny because I actually really don't mind it that much.
Really?
I really think it's not too bad.
I think
if that's the reason you didn't get a manual, you're a bitch.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think.
I still got a manual. I power through it. I love driving a manual, but that's something that I feel is a shortcoming. It's because when you know that you can just relax. I work an early shift in the morning. So like when I get out of work at 3, I'm like dead tired. I'm already sleep deprived, and the last thing I want to do is like freaking juggle between gears in Boston traffic. It's just like everyone is an asshole.
I understand if you're in like the inner city. That could be just a
but if I was driving like all the time, like after work, I love driving. Like, I love driving a stick. It's just so much more tactile than an automatic or whatnot. Like I know times are changing, but let's face it, you can't really call yourself a real car guy if you've never driven a stick. I don't know if that's going to change in 5 years when people drive electric cars all the time, but I mean, hey, whatever. We can have our own rants when we're old.
Right.
When you're electric faggot cars.
It's funny because like I'm sure.
Build the motor like a real man.
Exactly. We're just gonna be like, I don't know. Hopefully, YouTube is still around, but like, it's funny because if we ever have kids or if we ever are like mentors for the next generation, like these videos are probably gonna still be around.
Yeah, that's one of the things.
I'm excited.
Like, I think my first new car that I want to get is gonna be like an M2, and I'm gonna start doing DIY stuff on it. So.
Yes.
That'll be there, but I think it'll be sick in like 20 years when they're like E36s are now.
Exactly.
You'll have DIY videos not only, but they'll be like vintage DIY videos from when the cars were brand new. You can see when it's brand new.
And then that's why I'm jumping into this platform.
I feel that. I absolutely feel that.
And
having a nice new car like this,
And I'm just so surprised because I mentioned this before, but like I didn't anticipate getting involved with Acuity Instruments and stuff like that and helping them do DIY videos. I bought this car because I liked it. I didn't expect to mod it. At first, my mentality was just like, I'll do little things here and there. This car, after doing some small mods on it, like I really see this car being like the next Civic that everyone's going to want to buy.
Yeah, I think not only is like this generation of Civic going to be the one, but like just this newer generation of cars in general, they're just so much better.
Yes.
Like the 3 Series, they're getting good again. The Mustangs, the Camaros, even if you don't like those. These, the FRSs, BRZs, stuff like that. It's just we're getting back into, I feel like, the early
enthusiast-themed cars.
I feel like we're getting back into the early 90s again, where you have like the FD, you have the good Supras, you have the good, the E36 and E30 right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just this good generation of cars.
The fact
coming again.
Yeah, the fact that I feel like this car, or this SI specifically, was only available in manual says something about Honda research and demographics, Like they know this car is going to sell to enthusiasts, and so they made this car for enthusiasts.
This thing is fun.
No, I'm glad.
This thing is a very nice deal. This is more comfortable than my car.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. The seats are surprisingly
The seats are awesome.
They hug you really well.
And my friend has an Acura RSX, and his seats are the same exact way. It's just like, they make damn good seats. I'll give them that. They make good seats.
The Acura RSX too, like the leather, like sports seats, were surprisingly comfy.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to steal them out of my aunt's car when she sold it, and just like put it in something else.
In your E36.
that would be rowdy, yeah. Well, it has the little gap in the middle, so you could run like the harness right through, and it would have been cool.
No, this thing is nice for sure. I don't know if I would get one yet.
No,
they're still pretty pricey.
They're pretty pricey, but because now they realize how well it's selling, so everyone knows the Type R is overpriced. But now the SI is kind of overpriced because they're doing this. If anyone out there is listening to this, don't give in to the stupid premium trim packaging and stuff like that. Just accept the car as is and just do your own exterior mods, because you're gonna save $2,000 in the long run. Put the $2,000 to something else. Don't let the dealer shaft you with like this red lip that's on the bottom. It's insanity. I bought this car, I think $2,000 below MSRP. I got the car for like, I don't know, like 23 or something like that.
Nice.
That's the reason why I got this car. Is like I got a solid deal on it at this price point. Like I liked this car a lot better than the other options.
No, this thing is definitely nice.
From this car, I also considered a second-hand F30 328. You know what? This car is a brand new car. Don't have to worry. If I bought an F30, I knew I would spend $5,000 to $10,000 just making it nice the way I wanted it anyways.
Yeah.
And this car was already nice the way I wanted it, so I was like, whatever.
It still sounds like a VTEC motor though.
Yeah.
It still sounds like a VTEC motor.
It doesn't rev as high, but it has like the same aspiration to sound like it or behave like it.
There's a bike cop. We're good.
God, you're fine. But see, like I said, this car looks so pedestrian. Like nobody really.
Yeah, right. He didn't even look at me.
Nope. That's also why I chose silver.
If we were in that E36.
Oh man, they'd be like, oh my God, what is that in his hood? Oh my God, I'm pulling him over.
Left, right, straight.
Just go right.
Center.
Yeah.
Especially out here, having something new and nice like this. It's gonna be awesome. We live in California. I live in California. And it's always sunny there, and it's always nice, you know. So I can daily drive an E36 all the time without.
Yeah, dude. You don't have to worry about like cold or whatever. Take a left here.
Yeah, but my cold is like 60. If I get up in the morning and it's 60 degrees, I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna wear a jacket.
Same in Thailand. Like when I went to Thailand the first time, it was like 55 degrees out, and everyone was wearing fur coats, and I was in a t-shirt. People were like, why? Oh, you're crazy. You're gonna get sick. And I'm like, I'm from America, and they're like, oh, whatever.
It's like I was down in the cave.
Take a left here.
My friend, he's lived here for 5 months, and he's got like a light flannel and a t-shirt on. Yeah. I got a t-shirt, I got this sweater, and I got a jacket over it. I'm like, fuck. He's like, let's go get iced tea. I was like, you're insane. I'm gonna die here.
When TJ was here, he was just like, oh my God, because like his outfit's just t-shirt and the nice pants, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, oh God, cold.
You gotta be prepared. I was in California fucking weekends, you because I was in Salt Lake and it snowed and shit. Like it was fine.
It's crazy.
Ooh, this thing is nice, the heel towing.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the
pedal spacing.
The pedal
nice.
spacer.
The pedal spacing is nice.
You should have felt it without it. It's literally like feels like it's 4 inches further.
Oh, so is this okay? Oh, you got aftermarket pedals. That's right.
Or no, not aftermarket pedals, just the spacer. Yeah.
Okay, I did not notice that. Right? That's nice.
Yes, the Type R would have been what I wanted, but at the same time, like if I got like a regular Civic, I would have always been aspiring to get like the next level up.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like
I feel that.
It's kind of like the 318 E36 guys. Like,
yeah.
You always want to do an M3 swap because you want to make the car the M3, you know? But then I was like, well, really, when you think about it, why don't you just turbocharge it? Because then you'll be faster than an M3, you know?
It's just something about having that M badge, man. I'm just so proud.
The notoriety.
It's the novelty of it. Oh, it is an M3.
I was tempted to get a badge that said M3 and then a question mark right after it.
I kind of want to do the same. I want to turbo mine and then put 318 IS on the back.
I also was tempted to get like
onto Massachusetts
a
Avenue.
badge that said like 325 Ti or 325 IT or something like that, just to make it look factory. I just hit a random playlist, so I don't know what this is.
Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Mad shout out and thank you to Pawinn for letting me drive his beautiful
Turn right
daily
onto
driver.
Maple Street.
Thank you so much for telling us to turn right. That was amazing timing. Beautiful, fun little car. It's a lot more sporty than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, like when the first impressions I had expecting it was like, I thought it was going to be like another Civic or like just something average, you know, something decent, but I was pleasantly surprised when I started driving.
My takeaway, if you're going to ask me about this, is this thing has a very nice torque curve. I wasn't expecting it to have such a nice torque curve, but very linear, very smooth, very beautiful car. If I was out here, I'm sure I would get something daily drivable like this. I think in the cold, E36s aren't going to be the best, especially when it's like
not that fun.
Rainy and snowy. They're freaking tail happy. But
especially when you don't have any door panels, and you don't have working heat, and it's a convertible. And there's no insulation in the car. It's pretty darn cold.
I'm blessed to have good weather year round, so I can drive my E36. But for the E36 guys that can't, this is a beautiful, beautiful option. You don't have to worry about your car being tail happy because it's front wheel drive. And
yeah. Well,
stick shift.
Sometimes you want tail happiness.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Daily driving in the snow. I don't know if I'd want my tail happy daily.
You'll tackle that someday, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think I'm going to be able to convince you to move here, that's for sure.
Powinn's channel is going to be linked in the description for these of you guys. He's doing some mad upgrades on this Civic. If you guys want to check that out, his channel is going to be in the description. And check out his mad E36. I'll link my video.
My people will talk to you.
E36. Yeah, it's in the shit's in the description. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Keep refreshing. I will see you guys later.
Bye, guys.